All right. Hi everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of our Girls Virtual Space, episode 69. It's really an honor to host you again on this third episode for this year. Um, that will say, as we already know, STEM Girls Initiative is STEM Girls Virtual Space is a program of African Girls Empowerment Network, and we are we want to use this opportunity to welcome everyone on the connected via Facebook, YouTube. Those of you that will be joining us alongside as we progress, we welcome you all to this exciting episode. I want you to be like prepared because today we have an amazing speaker who's going to throw more light on those issues that really affect our girls, and then together we can close the gender gap in STEM fields. Okay, so as we proceed, we would like to plead that we all mute our microphones. Um, if we're not permitted to talk, you're not a speaker, please kindly mute your microphone. If you have any question, you can always use the chat box. I would like you all to also know that this talk show is recorded and will be uploaded later on our Age Network YouTube channel. So you have the access to watch anytime, any moment, as often as you want. Yeah. So we please if you're experiencing network problems, enable low bandwidth mode and reduce your video quality. Okay, so thank you so much for waiting. All right, so as we proceed, women, as we know, are no less than any man in any field. Over time, we've seen several examples of women excelling in various STEM fields and serving the society for a larger cause. We at the STEM Girls Initiative aim to groom girls with the same kind of inspiration and zeal at the heart to excel in STEM fields and do their best. This talk show is a platform for the women in STEM to talk to the girls aspiring to excel in it. We're sure that after hearing from our girls today, all the audience will be inspired to reach the stars. During this talk show, we will be conversing with a woman in the fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, a woman who has made a marks and have now graciously taken the time to tell us about her journey and share with us her wisdom. Thank you very much, ma'am, for coming on the call today.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'll be doing a brief intro about our speaker. So I want you all to have a clear about who we want to really hold today. Miss Temiloluwa is a dedicated data analyst and, and an AI expert with a robust background in statistics, graduating from the Federal University of Technology, Mina, with a degree in statistics. Tamil Temi has earned skills in data analysis and critical intelligence with comprehensive experience in the tech industry. She has successfully led numerous projects that leverage data driven insights to solve complex problems. And she's also passionate about mentoring and community engagement. Temi is actively participating in initiatives that promote technology education and empower young women and girls to pursue their careers in STEM fields. So we are honored to have you on the call today, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Yep. So, for you to have gotten to this level, it really shows that there had been a lot of candles have been burned. Majority
Yeah.
of our girls out there are really STEM already, we know is a men-dominated field that everyone would say, I beg, wait till you dey go STEM, go do. What are you going to STEM to do? As in, what are you looking for there? Is
Mhm.
does that place look like a child's play to you? I could remember one of the time. I while I was still in school, I think in secondary school, XS1, yeah. After my third term, some issues came up, and my mom was like, "I've told you should not go for STEM. Don't go for this. Why don't you change? Go to something like arts. Mass
Mm,
communication will be good for you. You can do well in it." And I looked at myself. I was like, "No, okay. You at that point you don't really have to argue with them because yes, it's what they really want you to be.
mm-hmm.
So you won't blame them, but along the line, you need to actually stand up for yourself and make decisions for
Very
what
true.
about yourself. Like, this is what I want to be, and I'm pretty sure that is what you did. That was one of the steps you actually took to be able to, as in, to get into this level you are today.
That's very true. I think
Yeah,
most of us have gone through our parents trying to decide for us and all of that, but
honestly.
later broke out and broke through.
Honestly, it is. Okay, so we're going to delve more into this conversation. I want it to be more interactive so that even our girls
Mhm.
out there are going to like get to learn more from you today. This journey is an easy journey. And
No.
of course, I know. So that's why we are here today to ensure that they're able to walk through this together with us. So, as in light of the current advancements in AI applications across um, healthcare and finance, could you share what initially sparked your interest in data analysis and AI itself? Like, what is your field of study, and what had got that, as in, what has sparkled you into these fields? Yeah.
Mm. Okay, so I studied statistics in the Federal University of Technology, Mina, and I when I graduated, I decided to become a data analyst.
Wow.
One of my inspiration was basically I am this kind of person that had always loved numbers. Always loved anything concerning numbers. I don't know. I was born naturally to like mathematics. Some
Mathematics.
of our
Wow.
ladies are scared about maths. A lot of ladies are
Exactly.
scared about mathematics, whenever they tell them, mathematics in particular. Some ladies love chemistry, biology, all of these things, but are scared of math. But I was never scared about numbers. I loved numbers. And um one of the people that I'm really inspired about is Mrs. Ngozi Oyala. She's the Director
Mm,
General of World Bank, right? She's a
mm,
woman that was, you know, she carried power. The things that men are
exactly.
supposed to do, she's doing it.
Mm,
Do you understand? The
exactly.
things that men are supposed to, she's
Yeah.
a Nigerian economist, and she happens to be the first woman, woman minister in finance. So she's one of the people that are actually my driving force. And one of the things I would
Mm,
like to say is that people should have driving force. First of all,
wow.
I have this belief that with God we can do all things. There is no
Exactly.
matter of some children are not born to be very bright. Some were
Mm,
born to be very bright, but you can even check statistics shows that children that are determined are actually going to make it in any field
that's true.
that they choose to. There's
That's
nothing
true.
to, I believe strongly, there's nothing too difficult for anyone to do because we have
Wow,
God on our side.
that's
Yeah.
it. That's it. Thank you so much for sharing that. Given our ongoing discussions on diversity and inclusion in tech, you know, we've come to realize that there are so many reports on gender disparities in this AI itself, like AI development teams itself. And then this has been like one of the challenges that has been faced by women in data analysis and AI. So, coming to hear you, this is what you are into. I would like you to really tell us about the difficulties in this situation. I mean, those difficult situations you really faced during that period, those challenging times of at that workforce.
Yeah. So one of the things I would say is basically we are women, and
Mm,
gender will always be a problem in Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria, and so gender will definitely always be a problem. But
sure.
that has been a driving challenge. I remember back then in school, when I was doing my final year project. And I happened to be I was, my supervisor was a professor. And in my school, they are mostly guys than ladies. Do you understand? So
Yeah, exactly.
under my supervisor, um, we were 9 guys and 1 lady,
Mm,
right? And 3 ladies. I was one of the ladies that my prof put in charge over
mm,
9 guys.
hmm. Wow,
So it was quite
that's
challenging, trying
amazing.
to um yeah, trying to pass on, make everything so easy for both myself and these guys under my prof. Do you understand?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
gender is one of the things. And ladies generally would grow up to have low self-esteem, right? Ladies
Mm, yeah.
will grow up to have low self-esteem, they will underestimate their ability. But like I said earlier, I had this resilience in me that there is nothing that is too difficult for me to do. So this has pushed me further.
Mm,
It pushed me further. I don't want to see when you start seeing difficulty in what you want to do, my dear, that's the first fear, and that's the first thing that will
mm,
make you fail. But when you start
mm.
seeing the light in what you want to do and you are determined, there's nothing that you will not be able to do.
Wow, that's beautiful. So, how this experience shaped your career path itself?
Yeah, it shaped it. It shaped it in a way that I was able to um I won't say prove myself. I want to say prove myself, and people begin to believe in me because I was always putting myself first. I was always putting my career first. One of those things are consistency. You are consistent in reading your books. You are consistent in, you know, making research. You are consistent in getting knowledge. Do you get?
Mm,
So this
exactly.
fact of you have uh, lack of self-belief and all of that, but you have to be consistent in everything that you are doing. So that
Mm,
moved me, that pushed me, that helped me to shape my future, reinforce my determination to excel and contribute meaningfully to the field of data science and AI.
that's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, so with the global push for gender equality in STEM education itself now, um, there, how will I put it? That especially in developing regions like Africa itself, what do you see as the most pressing social barriers that has been preventing more girls from joining or pursuing careers in STEM fields? And
Mm,
how can this really be overcome?
yeah, how they could overcome. Many girls do not have access to quality education, especially from the part of country where I come from, the part of the world where I
Mm,
come from. A lot of ladies, do not have even the access in the first place to
exactly.
quality STEM education. Thank God for civilization, thank God for people's orientation are becoming better. That's why a program like this is, very amazing to make sure
Mm,
that people's mindsets are further exposed. People's mindsets are further exposed. So one of the things is lack of representation and support for our ladies, for girls.
mm,
You understand? And these
yeah.
societal stereotypes and cultural norms often discourage girls. You get,
Mm,
they will tell you
yeah.
that you want to be an engineer as a lady, you want to be a doctor
Mm,
as a lady, you are going
mm,
to end up in the kitchen, you're going to end up with your husband.
nice.
All of those things can discourage someone, all of those things can discourage us
Mm,
as
that's true.
women. Do you understand?
Mm,
And you are
yeah.
telling a child at a very young age, a child that is 15, 16 at a very young age, she will become discouraged and maybe, okay, ladies should be newscasters, ladies should be
Mm,
mass communicators. I'm not
yeah,
saying those
exactly.
skills are not good or something. They should be actresses.
Mm,
You
yeah,
understand?
of
I'm not
course,
saying
of
those are not,
course. Yeah.
but they feel it make it my country or from the part of where I come from, make it look as though these things are so difficult. So the ladies are meant for
Mm,
the little things. You understand? And this is really a problem. And I thank God for you know, a space like this that is trying to
mm,
rectify such orientations.
mm. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for really addressing that pressing issues that are out there. So, in today's rapidly evolving tech landscape, they are characterized kind of merging AI ethics, like on a debate and discussions on biases in logarithms, Now, how do you personally challenge assumptions or setbacks in your field of work as a data analyst and an AI expert?
Yeah. So to challenge my underlying beliefs and assumptions, right?
Yeah.
Um, it's really a whole lot of task as a human
Mm,
being. It's a whole lot
mm,
of determination. You have to examine. I actively, sort out opportunities. Just because every day we learn. Oh, every day we
that's
learn.
true.
We learn on
Yeah.
a daily basis. What you think you know, you've not known anything yet. So every day we
Mm,
learn. I attended, a lot of workshops. I took online courses, sincerely online courses. You know,
mm,
we are like I used to say, this part of the country where I come from, it's not everything they will teach you in school, right?
exactly.
After you after you graduate, you still have to sit down and teach yourself. Even while in
To
school, you have to
develop
sit down
yourself the more.
to develop yourself. Take like I see a lot of opportunity. I can never forget the words of my auntie when I graduated. She
Mm,
told me that any just be register, make sure you register for online courses. There are free online courses out there that are going to help ladies, young ladies.
ma'am, are you still with us?
I guess maybe it's a network.
Oh. Hello, ma'am. Can you hear us? I guess she might be joining us shortly. So let's just hold on a bit. For the girls joining in, in just like our speaker was talking about us developing skills for ourselves. I don't know if you had really picked something from that. It doesn't mean that because you went for um, maybe you've not had the opportunity to go to university, it means that you are not going to be there. But it means that at that point in time, instead of wasting your time, your life, or thinking about something that wouldn't give you that wouldn't add value to you, you should let go of those things, but then involve yourself in those tech words, things that are happening in this tech industry, so that you can be able to be outstanding. So you make decisions, just like she mentioned, she took courses online. They are free online courses, just like she has mentioned, and you can take them just to be able to stand out and be dependent to yourself. All right, so welcome back, ma'am. So we'll be continuing from where we stopped.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah. So we're actually talking about we're actually on number 4, discussing about you know challenging assumptions. So those things that happens around us, that personally when you look at those things, you see them as setbacks, and then those things have actually been like a stand and as obstacles to you getting to um,
Yeah.
your career path, pursuing careers. But at the end of the day, you were able to overcome these challenges, and I know for sure it's really a good one. So we will be proceeding to the next question. So I don't know if you have any other thing you wanted to still share before going to that.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Hello.
Hi, sorry, I got disconnected. All
All right.
right, so yeah, so I will share again. Okay, so I hope that is you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
All right, so as I was saying, I don't know if you have any thing to contribute and any additional words you want to say as regards in those underlying beliefs and assumptions, you know, things like setbacks towards um this career ambitions.
Yes, I said I learned from my successes and my failures. You know, we are human beings and we are not perfect.
Of
And
course.
so we are bound to fail at times, right? So
Yeah.
one of the failures happened to be I think when I was in 100 level, I had my first carryover and it was really
Mm,
disheartening. You
wow.
understand? It was
I
very,
see.
very bad.
Mm,
I want to say that by God's grace, I didn't have any other carryover again. You know,
wow.
uh, going back at 200 level and rewriting this course I failed was really, really tasking. But I passed it
Mm,
with an A. And
wow. That's
so it's something that,
amazing.
yeah, it's something that you would go through it. Definitely you would. Some people are lucky enough not to go through carryovers. And there are some people that even went through a lot of carryovers. Do you understand? But
Seriously,
that does not
yes.
diminish who they are. That does not diminish their
Exactly.
knowledge. That does not diminish how brilliant
Mm,
they are. That does not
mm,
diminish what they can achieve. Do you
mm,
understand? So one of those things is just to make sure you are determined, you know, you don't allow any other thing to stop you.
mm.
So that's
Oh,
it.
thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing that. So, considering the demand for AI-driven solutions in various industries, are there like required skills to be? I mean, yeah, an AI expert, a data analyst, like in your sector?
Yeah, there are required skills, right? There are required skills. Every one of us were born with one talent or the other. And then every
Mm,
one of us, you know, learned some talent that we're not born with. Do you understand? And then we're even very good
exactly.
at it. So
Mm,
there are skills in my field. Um, just like I said in the when I started, you actually have to read, you know, take online
mm,
courses, go for seminars, attend conferences based on your field of study. Do we get that?
mm.
So
Yeah.
one of those skills to excel, especially as a data analyst and as an AI expert, is to, you know, you have to be good in programming languages like Python, like, you know, Java, C++. You have to be,
Mm,
you have a good understanding of algorithms. You have to have a good understanding of how to understand data visualization. You understand? And in fact, my field of studies can be very, very tasking. You know, you need to have problem solving skills. Do you understand? You have to
mm,
have
exactly.
logical thinking, attention to
Mm,
details, because as a statistician, as a data analyst, um you know, we are the one that, you know, give a lot of insights from our findings. We give a lot of
mm,
insights from our findings.
mm,
So you have to make sure you're kind of person that keep attention to details. And then the soft skills you could add to that are communication, you know, teamwork,
mm.
and you have to be adaptable to play a
Wow.
significant role. And you have to be very good with coding and all of that. So
Mm.
those are those
It's
skills.
wow. That's amazing. All right. Thank you so much for sharing that. Um, Reflecting on your own educational journey, amidst current efforts to like encourage more girls to pursue STEM, how okay, let's say when you were a student, did you feel any of those peer pressures, especially because you were a woman? And then what advice would you give to girls who are currently facing these gender stereotypes and around them.
Okay, so one thing I would like to say is that I definitely did not feel any form of peer pressure, but I definitely know that peer pressure exists, right? Yes, but
Mm,
as myself, I did not feel any peer pressure. But
mm,
there are places for peer pressure, right? People feel pressured. Okay, some people's
exactly.
some people's sides were by what their friend is doing. What my friend is doing, I
Mm,
think since my friend is doing this, I will do it too.
I can
Not
do
because
it.
that's
Yeah,
what you actually want. You were pressured to it.
exactly.
In fact, you might even be
Mm,
pressured by your parents. Do you understand? So,
yes.
but ladies like that could overcome these barriers by building a support network of like-minded individuals. Be with
Mm,
people that are like-minded. Know yourself, value yourself, and know your worth.
mm,
Know that you can be able to do this thing. My advice to young girls that feel pressured or are going through peer pressure should just focus on your goal. Seek out
mm,
supportive community. Be able to communicate. Communication is key. Be able to communicate what you are feeling. Do you understand? Seek out supportive
yeah.
communities and don't hesitate to ask for help, for guidance from anybody. Do you understand? So that's what I
Yeah.
would say.
Wow, thank you so much for giving out that beautiful advice. So,
Thank you.
girls, you need to seek for help out there. You don't keep quiet and say, okay, fine, this. Because I've failed, let me just relax. Please seek for help. You need guidance. You need people to coach you through. So you can't actually jump into it. Nobody is an island now in the world we find ourselves. So you need to learn from others to be able to attain the heights you really want. Okay, man. So, given the recent initiatives promoting STEM education for girls, such as like the government-funded scholarships and corporate mentorships programs, how effective do you think these efforts are increasing female participation in STEM fields?
Yeah, to increase female participation in STEM fields, we have to first of all encourage our ladies that they can do it. It's a mindset that should be, that should be imbibed into them, that you
Mm,
can do it. I was talking to some of the ladies, some small girls in my church, and um I take them Sunday school, and I was like, she was amazed that I studied statistics, which is linked to math, and I was telling
mm,
her that what is there like. She was like, mathematics, like I said, what is this? What is this type of mathematics? You understand? They have to first understand that they can actually do
mm.
these things. They can participate
Exactly.
and excel like perfectly in it. Do you understand? So it is essential to
Exactly.
introduce one thing I know that affected me, one thing I know that affected me in my course of study should have been that most of our schools, especially from this part of the world that we are in, do not introduce um, um, subjects that we need, right, to excel
Exactly.
in our
Mm,
schools. Do you understand? They have to
mm,
be so early. When I say so early, like right from primary school. It was amazing when I found out that in China, whatever you want, if a child wants to be a pilot, that's the only thing you will face. Do you understand? That's the only thing that person will face. Not that you come and we combine a lot of courses that we don't need. Do you understand? That's one thing I really look into, and I'm like, if possible, students should be focused on one particular what do you want to study? I want to become a medical doctor. Be focused on that line. You understand?
mm,
What you have to be able to I don't dispute the fact for learning other things, but
mm,
the ability to focus, it's actually affected me from
I
taking some
see.
courses that I do no longer need as of now. Imagine I did literature in English in
Really?
secondary school. What am I using
You
literature in
can
English to do
imagine.
now? So something
You
like
can
that.
imagine.
So something like that,
Honestly.
right? So
Mm.
mentorship programs should be one of those things that was one of those things I see that we should actually work on as a nation and even as young girls.
Well, thank you so much. So, in work
Yeah.
of growing AI integration across sectors like healthcare and finance, and then so what career sorry, um, just sorry for the break. Okay, so what job or career opportunities do you think are out there for girls who are aspiring or wants to become like um, a data analyst, an AI personnel, and experts in that field?
Yeah, so a data analyst is a field under is a field you can study on your own. Do you understand?
Okay.
Data
Yeah.
science, data analyst, we have cyber security, we
Mm,
have software development, we have software engineers, we have data engineers. So those are fields. There are different fields. Like I picked one. I studied statistics, right? And under statistics is a broad um, subject, is a broad subject. So under
mm,
statistics, you can be able to pick that which you love, right? I happen to be someone that loves graphical representation. I happen to be someone that likes data visualization. Do you understand? Those are the works and the parts of uh, a data analyst. So, like I said, data analysis is a career on its own. Do you understand? So you could even study you could study cybersecurity in school and become a software engineer. You could study computer science, computer engineering, and become a data engineer. You understand me now? So those are those things. Sorry, you're on mute.
I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for sharing those insights. They're really beautiful. Yeah. So I guess if, the backdrops of achievements like by women in tech, including current breakthroughs in AI research.
Mhm.
What would you consider to be your greatest achievement as a STEM woman?
Yeah, as a STEM woman, one of my greatest achievements is, the successful development of AI-driven analytics. You understand? Um, One of the things that give me so much joy is my ability to be able to um, forecast things like in statistics now. We happen to be a kind of person that we happen to be kind of people that were able to make accurate predictions based on our findings, right? We
Mm,
conduct a lot of surveys. I so much enjoy when I have to interview you on a particular field, on a particular issue, and use
mm,
that insight to know what will happen in the future. Do you get
mm.
it? I'll use that
Yeah.
data to know what will happen in the future. So the fact that I've been able to carry out projects that have helped to, prevent a lot of issues from happening in the future based on past findings have been one of my greatest achievements.
Wow. That's beautiful. So you would say the findings you've made and been able to work with are one of the significant accomplishments of your work as an advocate for diversity and STEM profession, right?
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing that. So we're almost at the conclusion of the talk show. So we'd like to ask again, considering your expertise in data analysis and AI, how did you believe these technologies can contribute to addressing global insecurities, such as maybe cybersecurity threats and
Mm.
geopolitical challenges? Name them.
Yeah, so as a data analyst and an AI expert, I contribute to solving Nigeria insecurity by leveraging data to identify the patterns, right? The patterns and then be able to predict potential threats. These patterns, we get them from our data visualization. Once have been able to gather from past um, data sets on insecurity in Nigeria, especially, you know, using that particular kind of data now, for instance, would help to be able to make some kind of prediction. Now, let me use a practical example. So, for instance, if Nigeria is facing a lot of significant challenges in insecurity and hunger, and it's impacting millions of lives. And as a data analyst, as a statistician, I play a pivotal role in addressing these issues through, data-driven approaches. And first of all, we start by collecting data. Right? How can we
Mm,
collect this data? We collect data from government database, we collect the data from social media, we collect the data from NGOs, from news reports, you know, and then we are able to, first of all, you clean the data, we clean the data, we prepare these data. Um, then we conduct what they call exploratory data analysis. And that is to analyze the collected data to identify patterns, to identify trends, to identify correlations regarding this high level of insecurity. Then we conduct what we call descriptive statistics and our inferential statistics. Most times, you could use regression analysis to understand the factors contributing to insecurity, right?
mm,
And so
yeah.
we are able to develop models, predictive models that are able to predict based on historical data. Historical data happen to be the one we collected from either the newscasts or interviews. And after
Mm,
visualizing these data on our dashboards, we'll be able to display real-time data. We're able to display real-time data on insecurity, allowing policy makers to monitor. So we act like a guide for policy makers, right? We act like a guide
mm,
for policy makers. But then we'll now be able to suggest, targeted inventions, such as maybe we could increase security, we could increase security patrols in high-risk areas, we're able to address the root causes of these things of hunger. We could say, okay, recommend agricultural support programs. We could recommend food distribution based on our findings. So these are part of the things we can do to help. And then at the end of the day, we'll get a significant reduction in crime rates. We get significant reduction in food hunger and all of those things. So
mm. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that beautiful work you've been doing with the
thank
field.
you.
So that makes girls, you that are listening, and those that are going to be watching later, it is to tell you that in these STEM fields, you have a role to play. So it's not just about becoming whatever you want to become, but it goes with you as in building your mind towards making impact in your society with what you are becoming. So your
Yeah.
career, your profession is important to making that change that we want in the society. So you in the STEM field can actually make greater impact as well, just like as Vika has just done today. So, lastly, we're going to say thank you so much for sharing those beautiful insights. And then our last question goes on reflecting on your educational experiences and the current landscape. Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah. So, we have to like say during your studies, what did you find enticing or, those kind of, I think while I was in school, there's usually some games, you feel like, okay, this particular game is for girls in STEM, for women in STEM. So which of them actually um, brought about
Yeah.
that
So
build?
yeah, I enticed during my studies. I was particularly enticed by, programs that could offer practical applications of theoretical knowledge. Most of the things we do in school happen to be theory, but um, practical applications helped me a lot. Like for instance, in my final year, I worked on modeling trends in price of cooking gas and kerosene, right?
Mm,
And I modeled the trends from 2006 to
wow.
2012 to check how our oil and gas has been
Mm,
increasing. What can we do to stop
increasing.
it? And all of
Mm,
those things. Those are practical. I had to go to collect data. I had to go as far back as 2006 to get data, down to
mm,
2012 to get data. So I could be able to forecast what to
exactly.
expect and be able to communicate to policymakers now what they should do to help in
Mm,
the reduction of all of these things. So those were one of those practical applications based on my field. And then I also worked with Federal Road Maintenance Agency. During my internship, I learned how to be able to procure goods and services, right? I learned how to be able to do bid openings. These are all of those things were practical things were enticing to me, right? And this
Mm,
experience allowed me to apply my skills in real world scenarios now after leaving
mm.
school and all of those things. It allowed me to be able to provide a platform to showcase my ability and all of that. And this impact of these practices it was very significant, and they helped me to build a very strong portfolio and gain industry insights and develop a network of professionals. And that's it.
Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing this. This is really an interesting section about this. So it means that your talents were nurtured by the practical phase of what you see around you. Thank you so much for sharing. And
Thank
then, yeah, I don't know if our girls have any question. Did any of you have any question? Temilade and do you people have any question to say? You don't have any question? All right. Okay, so I guess they've actually learned so much from what you have shared today, and this is going to help in their as a pursue their career paths.
you. Yeah.
So yeah, so before we come to conclusion, um, for girls who want to we before we proceed to the conclusion part of the talk show today, want to say a very big thank you to our amazing partners for their support, for standing by us. These are the giants behind the STEM Girls program itself that is still running. So want to say very big thank you to NJCSW, AWDF, Matrix, and co-hosts and Benefiting. Thank you so much for your support. Okay, so here is focus areas on age. Um, all right, so about the mission of the STEM Girls Talk Show. Now, this is here is how to get involved. Become a STEM girl, participating as in a next STEM Girls Talk Show, and interview amazing female scientists. So you can be one to actually be anchoring the interview as a girl child. So you can always reach out to join and also interview the amazing speakers. And I believe that they'll be ready to hear you when you come on board. So to become a mentor, a volunteer, to assist mentor to mentor a girl, assist in organizing a STEM Girls workshop or a summit, or help us lead our STEM Girls talk show, you can always reach out to us. Become a partner, a friend. Please, the floors are still open for you to reach out. You can organize. You can reach out for us to organize a school club in your school, to air our talk show in your radio station, or organize authorize sharing or using of your intellectual or physical property such as books, apps, event halls for STEM girls programs that we organize. And then you can also become a donor to donate to us summit, STEM Girls Summit, STEM Girls Talk Show, STEM Girls Awards, STEM Girls School Club. So you can as well become an ambassador for STEM, right? So for you to stay connected, you have a email, stemgirls at agenetwork.org. At Facebook, you can get us through the African Girls Empowerment Network and also the STEM Girls Initiative. So you can still find us at Instagram and Twitter at agenetwork.org and on the STEM Girls NG. So here are lines you can always reach out through WhatsApp or call. You can always reach out to us. All right. Thank you all for participating on today's talk show. Thank you so much to our amazing speaker that we've had today. And I want to say I've really learned a lot too. This is really inspiring, and um, I would say again and again and again, I would love to become STEM woman often and as often as I can, even in the next generations, because I'm
Yeah.
enjoying this. Yes, we're really making the change. So thank you so much, ma'am. And then we want to
Thank
also
you.
let you know that the floor is also open for you to sign up to mentor a girl. Um, in our platform as the girl. So you can always reach out to her if you're interested. And then we also love
All
to
right.
request that we'll have an email sent to you where you have a form that you will be completing to refer a woman in STEM, which you also know a friend of yours you feel should also feature in this and share her journey with the girls out there. So, so we'll be
All
looking
right.
forward to also rehosting you on a virtual space on mathematics. And then, girls, please don't miss out on that. Thank you so much. Thank you, our viewers, and thank
Thank
you, our hosts for today. And we remain your humble hosts, Martina Avery. Yeah, thank you. Bye.
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 Bye, girls. Bye.